In today's video, we're tearing down 10 desktop computers. They're all at least 10 years old. However, I think this one's 20 and this one's 25 years old. If this is old and interesting, I might save it for a data archaeology video. And I might save the case from this one because I like how it looks. I have two of them, but maybe I can find a use for them. The rest of them, though, I don't care. They can all go. This one and this one come from my grandfather. He has some rental property and his tenants regularly leave behind their old junky computers, and computers are so difficult to get rid of in Illinois that I help them get rid of them. It's a shame that there's a lot of laws around here saying that you can't throw electronic items into the trash. However, there's really no way to get rid of the electronic items because there's no electronics recycling centers within like 70 miles. So the really only options you have are to burn them, to take them apart and hide them in the trash, or to throw them in the creek or have them sitting around forever, which is pretty stupid in my opinion. There should be at least some electronics recycling centers if you're going to make it a law that you can't throw them away in the regular disposal methods, because you're just going to get people throwing them in the woods. That's how you see so many computers in the forest around here. But ranting aside, I think we can take the plastic to the recycling center. The metal, once again, the recycling centers will not accept iron anymore because I guess the value of iron fell through the floor. So maybe I can throw that away, or most likely I might be able to use this for sacrificial electrodes on electrolysis rust removal projects. But the motherboards I can save because I'm wanting to do a wall of motherboards, so that'd be kind of cool. I can get more motherboards for that. Hard drives will be saved for data archaeology videos, might be some interesting stuff on there, and any other little bits and bobs that are interesting I might save. However, I'm not going to save too much because there's a lot of junk here, and I really can't wait to get this stuff gone. So let's start tearing into the stuff. Looks like we have an odd fan speed controller in here. Don't need that anymore. Looks like we get a 6 GB Quantum Bigfoot drive, Quantum Bigfoot TX. So that's kind of cool. If only it wasn't so dirty. I fucking hate this computer already. There's so much bullshit on it, and a lot of plastic and whatnot. It's a normal computer with like a second shell of degrading plastic. We have this weird card called Insonic, which does not actually connect to it. It just connects to the cable that goes to the CD drive. Don't need that. Looks like it's just a game port, microphone, and stuff. That's a lot of dots over that, though. It's kind of interesting. And this is a modem card. Definitely don't need that with all that shit on it. And what we're left with is a Pentium 2 KL97.XV revision 1.04. Yep. I almost started reading the other thing, like secondary ID and whatnot. Made in Taiwan, so very shitty, because back then stuff that was made in Taiwan was pretty low quality. Now it seems like stuff made in Taiwan has come up a little bit in quality. Back then all the best stuff was still made in Japan or China. Interesting. Very bare bones, but it does have a hard drive, so that's kind of neat. Looks like we get a Samsung 40 GB IDE hard drive, and it's very thin too, so that's pretty cool. I really hate these little plastic rivets that they put on everything. Oh wow, look at all those capacitors. They've all gone bad. This is definitely a pretty shitty computer. Definitely a cheap computer. Now this one is an old gaming computer, I believe, so might have some interesting hardware on the inside. Some note on the inside about configuration of jumpers, I believe. Wow, this thing is just all over the place. We have old floppy disk connectors. Definitely going to keep those. Actually, all these are in pretty good condition, so I might keep all these cables. I believe that my friend made this around 2005 or so, but I could be wrong. Is it dual CPU? That is pretty cool. I've never really seen two CPUs running on the same board. That's pretty neat. That feels very light. I don't know if I trust that. It's probably pretty low quality. Oh, we have an NVIDIA ELSA Gladiac Ultra 64 megabyte MGP or AGP. That's kind of cool. Little Ethernet connector. I might be able to use that. And that's a sound blaster. I might keep that too, because some of my old computers don't have very good sound. Then this motherboard is made in Taiwan, so that's interesting. Although it feels higher quality than the older ones, because I believe that Taiwanese computer manufacturing really increased a lot from the mid-90s to the mid-2000s. 8-bit-VP6. Okay, that's the model. That's kind of interesting. Probably has like 512 megabytes of RAM. I don't actually see it printed on the boards though. Yeah, oh well. Now this, where is it at? Compaq Desk Pro. This was actually my old computer back before I got my first Optiplex, and it's pretty shitty, but I definitely do like it. I'm probably gonna get rid of it though, because I don't need it. I'll definitely keep the hard drive though. I think it's like 20 gigabytes, and I had a lot of fun with this. This was my first internet computer. Maxter 13.5 gigabytes. Wow, it's more than I thought. With this board we have a few ISA cards and a few PCI cards. It is Compaq 1999 processor board. Well, that's not very helpful. P24C50F9EIVODL. Maybe that's the part number? I don't know. It's a Pentium 3 though, so that's cool. Pentium 3s are more common than Pentium 2s. I'm going to hate this next one. It is very plasticky, so it's going to be a pain in the butt. Looks like... I really don't know how to do this. It's a Dell Dimension 4550 with a Pentium 4. That is a weird computer. Wow. Western Digital. 160 gigabytes. That's actually pretty big. Wow. IDE, so I can use it on an older computer. That's pretty cool. Another sound blaster. I'll pass. An NVIDIA P73. I can't find anything else about it though. I might as well keep it. Graphics cards are interesting. Plus, it can go to an NTSC. "12 volts, 0.68 amps. Not bad. Whoa. Holy hell. That's odd. That's actually pretty much glued to this heatsink. I can't get it off. I've never seen that happen before. Whoa! Ow! Fuck. 1911-02. Interesting. Made by Foxconn. My mother's getting all of the product keys off of the boxes so we can have the keys for Windows XP and whatnot. And next we should look at this old computer, which I believe might be a 486 or so. This hard drive is 2.1 gigabytes, so that's a bit bigger than I would have expected. You know, I think I'll save this for a data archaeology video because I haven't taken apart a 486 in a long time, so I kind of want to savor this. This one looks to be a Celeron D. It's a newer one, maybe 2005 or 2006, I'm not really sure. It's a very odd shape though, how it's bigger on that side. Yeah, oh my god. I can't tell if this is mold or just dust. That probably is mold because it's a very... even some of the aluminium is starting to rust away, which is a really bad sign. It is a bit newer though because it does have a SATA connector on it, so maybe 2006 or 2007. It's interesting. Whoever had this really didn't care about it, but then again, they're the same kind of people that would leave it in a rental home, so whatever. A bunch of old pennies. 1968. 1990 something. And another one. I've never seen such a dirty computer. Well, I mean, I've seen ones with more dirt in it that were in like industrial environments, but this seems like it was dust, and then it got very humid, like it's stuck in a basement for years or something like that, and bleh, it's disgusting. This is, so Seagate 120 gigabyte. Wow, that stuff's not coming off. Holy shit. I'll probably leave that outside, so if I ever build myself a shed computer, that'll be the hard drive for that. Another modem card. That is a very minimalistic one, though. If that's the right term. It's really tiny. Well, at least it's purple. That does make up for all the dirtiness. Well, that'll definitely look good up on the wall. It's actually a bit newer than I was expecting. It's kind of cool. Looks like it has 512 megabytes of RAM, which is actually quite a good amount. You can still do quite a bit with only 512 megabytes. Now this, Sony Vaio, I actually remember tinkering with this one. Whoops. Well, getting ahead of myself there. It's a very weird mechanism for taking it apart. You pull in those tabs in the back and take off the top. I'm not sure what kind of processor this has. It's most likely a Pentium 4. Oh hey, this is our old graphics card that we got like in 2006 or so. I remember we invested quite a bit into this thing because we wanted it for like a media PC thing. Radeon HD 2600 Pro, 512 megabytes. I remember whenever this thing seemed like the biggest thing you could probably ever get. Oh, damn. The capacitor got hit. Well, that's a shame. Before I can use that, I have to replace that capacitor. If this really is a Pentium 4, maybe I should just turn this into my shed computer. So I should move all this stuff into that other one. That'd be pretty good. I do like how everything comes apart though. That is kind of nifty. Almost like the Optiplex series. I find the Optiplexes come apart pretty well. What the hell is that? Oh, it's an SD card. Or, the longer one. I'm not sure what that's called. Like the flash memory or the... whatever it is, you know. Oh, interesting. So that just falls out of the top. That's actually kind of a cool design. .256 megabytes of RAM. Might be able to upgrade that to 1 gigabyte though, so I should probably have more than enough RAM chips left over from all the other computers I've torn down to fill that up. It's pretty cool. We do have onboard VGA, so we don't have to use that graphics card if it doesn't work, and I'm pretty sure that this motherboard should fit inside of that IBM. We're starting to lose some daylight, so I think we should pick up where we left off tomorrow. Only 2 computers left, so let's do the IBM one next. Looks like we have something like a Pentium 150. I could be wrong. I love the little power supply. I love how it fits in there, so I'll keep the power supply inside of it. July 1998. Oh, I like that. Looks like we have a Western Digital, which is good quality. 13,601.1 megabytes. So 13 gigabytes. That's cool. I bet it has a really nice sound too. But that's probably just my nostalgia talking. It's like we have one of those BIOSes with the holographic sticker. They're always pretty cool. Video 88 PCI 16 megabyte video card. That's pretty generic. Wow. And that is a modem card. I don't believe I need that. Made in Canada though, so that's cool. You don't see a whole lot of stuff made in Canada. Which is a shame, because from my understanding they're pretty good at making stuff. Open MX3L. That might be a 486. I can't remember. Let me look it up. Oh, I was totally wrong. So it's the offset rows that are Pentium, and it's the aligned ones that are 486. Which means I guess that computer is a Pentium then. So I guess I can still do a data archaeology video about it. But it's less interesting than... Isn't it amazing to think how little cooling these old CPUs used to need? And now we have to have these humongous fan systems and whatnot. I do like this board that you get AGP, PCI, and... I forgot what it's called. ISA. Blah, whatever. Yeah, ISA. Looks like this has 128 megabytes of RAM. That's not bad. You definitely play Half-Life with that. At least if I'm remembering correctly. Now, you guys let me know what you think would be a cool use for like a off-grid shed computer. I can't really think of much, but oh well. And now onto the last computer. It is... Well, shit, I actually don't know. HP Compaq. Okay, it's a TUB5030CV6 Hewlett-Packard. It's definitely not a good name. Sometimes these can be a bit stiff. Made in 2004. Interesting. Now that's funky. Huh, it's weird. Oh, I messed with these. These are total shit. They're basically a rip-off of an AMD graphics card that I can't remember. 256 megabytes. C7P-34B. And this Linksys card's seen better days, that's for sure. Well, that's easy. Oh, it's a DVD-ROM. I might keep that. I fucking hate these screws. Why would you have that little lip on the end so you can't fit a standard screwdriver in there? Piece of shit. Looks like this one is a Pentium 4. Definitely looks like one. There's really no name for it, just a part number. P6B580W9VQY48P. Product of China. Interesting. Oh, that's cool. Very thick traces. Looks like it has a gigabyte of RAM, 512 each. It's kind of cool. Weird. This must be some heat compound. That's kind of funky. So that is it. We have some scrap metal, some scrap plastic, and some cases. I'm probably just gonna get rid of those because I don't think I can use them. I might even just throw them in a dumpster. But I might save a couple of these because these are actually nice pieces of metal. That can go. I might find someone that scraps metal and maybe they can have that. Whoa, my stabilizer's being all funky. And then this stuff I don't know, I'll get rid of it somehow. And then in the shed, I was able to open up a lot of room. I haven't been able to be back here in forever, and all those computers, all the stuff goes into here, which I'm going to slowly go through these power supplies, and if they can provide a good amount of 12 volts, then I'll keep them, because I can use them for random projects and whatnot. Some of them will go, though. And then all of these motherboards will end up going up on the wall whenever we do the attic. I have motherboards everywhere for that project, here and here. It's going to look really cool, though. That's pretty much it. I was able to save a lot of room, and my shed's actually starting to look like a shed now. I'm really happy with this. I was never wanting to keep all of those. I was wanting to break them down and whatnot. I just never got around to doing that until now. I have time to do all this kind of thing now. And yeah. Actually, I believe this box is full of motherboards also. I have a lot of motherboards. I really cannot wait. I'm thinking, whenever we make our attic into an actual attic, I can have the top part of the roof be the motherboards, and then have my game shelves and stuff on the other parts. That'd be pretty cool. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm definitely enjoying a much cleaner shed. Can't wait to get rid of all this wood, and then that opened up a lot more room. I'll probably turn that wood into workbenches. I'm not really sure though. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. Well, see ya.